Widgets. We're going to talk about widgets and the sidebars. There are a couple areas that aren't necessarily sidebars. By default, WordPress calls them sidebars, such as the homepage widget area and the footer area. The homepage widgets, I covered those in the separate tutorial for the homepage. I won't be going over those this particular video. So if you want to know how these work, just watch that video. Okay. So basically, in a nutshell, how this works is it's simple drag and drop to the sidebar you want. I have a sidebar tutorial as well, so watch that one. So you take the widget you want, such as the virtual caselet widget, and you drag it to the sidebar you want. So if that's expertise sidebar or generic page sidebar or whatever, you just drag and drop it over. Some of the widgets you have to fill out fields, some you don't. For instance, the virtual caselet widget, that's all. It's done. Nothing more to do. Okay? But others we'll have to go over and how you upload and update and things like that. So let's look at the generic page sidebar. That is on the contact page right here. I just have a basic setup and then the map. And for the map and the basic setup, I'm using the Black Studio, and it's a plugin that is the actual editor. So just like you're doing a page, you're doing editing other content, we have full access to all this information, icons and things like that to actually edit this section, this page. Okay, so that's pretty cool. All right. Next, we have, and I'll make sure I don't go over any ones that are in these home pages. The Learn widget is a home page. The what is it? The news one. Blog feed, excuse me, the blog feed, the client widgets, and the page widget. Those are all strictly for home page. So those of you won't be able to drag and drop and set up in other areas with that. I mean, you could, but you're gonna have issues and stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out the news widget. Drag this one over. Title. Oh, sorry. Let me actually backtrack because that's the footer, and I would have totally forgot about the footer if I didn't do that. The footer section right here. Basically, it's two setups. It's this one. Whoops, it's the client news, and it's the contact form. This Who is Virtual is actually set up in the theme options panel. If you watch the theme options panel video, I cover how to work on this area. But the footer is two areas. It's the contact form, the virtual news widget. Nothing to really do with this virtual news widget. I wouldn't mess with it. It's just this simple, unless you want to maybe change the title. Okay, that's about it. And the contact form, you're going to have the title and then who receives the email. So you need to type in your email address. I used to have mine in there. So go ahead and put whatever one you want to put in there. Whoever is receiving it, put that here. And that takes care of that section. Let me get back to the generic sidebar so I can start working with some other widgets that actually work. Alright, so we went over the caselet one, Learn widget, clients, and the, what is it? Feed are all done, the page one are all through the home page. Okay, what we can do other pages is the virtual tag cloud widget. And that one, well, let me actually show you so you can see. We see that one set up on the team page. So that's this right here. So we can drag that over. And before I forget, the tags are entered under the member section, tags. So if I click that open that page, I can just enter tags, and any tag I enter into the fields will randomly, or excuse me, will show up on here. Okay, but if you need to add another one of those, title. So this is the bold title. If I can type, always a problem for me. Thin, and then the count, basically how many are showing up. And the rotation, I guess I should say. So, oh, sorry, we're on the contact page. I was actually on it. Okay, so there's my title, bold, thin, and then my scrolling tags. Okay, let's get this thing out of here. Also, these things are also drag and drop. We can order. I'm going to put the map on top. Back down at the bottom, so if you want to change your order, you have options to change your orders. Okay, this is the contact form for the sidebar. I'm not going to go over that because it's the form. Fill up the fields, your email address, that kind of thing. Pretty straightforward. Okay, next we have the image widget. Where are you? I'm sorry, the news. Sorry, the image widget. Drag this over. And basically, it's just like the other one I showed you, where you have a bold title, thin title. So bold, thin, and then we add a field set. So URL link goes here. The actual URL, whatever your excerpt text is, some text here, and then your image. Make sure you're uploading something and make excuse me, sorry about that. And it's appropriate in size. You're gonna have problems if you upload one and you have 2100 pixels in width. That's an issue. So make sure you have the right size. Use this image. Okay. Save. Hopefully I am on the generic section. Alright, that's what we'll see right here. Link goes here, some text. This is the image that I uploaded in there, and I'm not sure, I must have accidentally dragged over one by mistake. I'm not sure what this is. I have client news in there. What do I have in here by mistake? Yep, news by mistake. See what happens? It works in other sections, but not everywhere else. Or excuse me, one specific section, not everywhere else. That's what happens. You get something that's not working properly. Okay, then we have a few arbitrary ones. Specifically, I'm going to go over this text one because it could help you. You can drag this text one and just do a basic text message. If you want to add a quote by somebody, or you just want to do some kind of information. It's just plain text. But what this is really good for is embed code. So if you have any kind of embed code, you got to embed something, you got something from this site or that software or whatever, this is the place to do that. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. You would embed that in this section right here, and it would work. If you use the editor, you could have problems because the editor is not actually built to accept embed codes. All right, my voice is going on me, so I'm going to go ahead and call it quits on this.